Ta ta. Hi, you guys. Today I felt like I needed to come on here. Basically, I know I made a whole nother video yesterday, so this has been a lot for me because it takes a minute for me to get up and moving and going and video recording and everything. But God has been allowing me to do so. Excuse me. God has been allowing me to do so and just come on here no matter what, without being fear, without dealing with anxiousness, and just saying, like, keep going. I know God tells us don't do it. And I talk about, how God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but I do deal with uh anxiousness when I have to deal with a lot of relationships because I know that relationships are very integral and important in our lives. Relationships can be the game changer from having a job, from getting a job, from having no job, from getting to the palace, then staying where you at, or vice versa, or going to the dungeon when you were in the palace. So I know that relationships are so important. So with me during this time, I have to have a lot of communication skills. Like, I have to use a lot of my, even though I'm an effective communicator, does not mean that I don't suffer with dealing with anxiousness um, when making these connections, and especially when you're dealing with people that are in a different bracket than you, a different emotional bracket, or social or economic. It's different. It gives you a lot of anxiousness because you don't know what to expect and you're branching off, and that's part of growing. You don't want to be the biggest fish in the pond. That is idiotic. I used to have relationships that were like that I once was, and I'm not even that equipped. So that's how you know that I was really in a small circle. Anywho, uh, I wanted to get on here because um, just letting you guys know where my update is. Like, God has been really shifting me, like I told you, to get my things in order. And he also told me to do something else and to start a new project that something that he took away from me for a short period of time. And that he told me, he was going to bring me back to it. Um, and I was like, okay, God, I heard him, and I'm like, okay, God, like, send me a sign. Like, I'm one of those people. Send me a sign, like, let me know, if you bring it down to my spirit. I don't want to be just going willy nilly. Sometimes I feel like I, I make the wrong decisions. I'm so nervous about making the wrong decisions when it comes to God. So, God literally put it in my spirit to let me know, like, when I show you, you're gonna know it's me. You're gonna know it's me, and it's gonna be undeniable. So this is what happened yesterday. I looked on YouTube. I'm hardly ever on television, but I was on YouTube, and it was this one lady. I saw her. She's a little bit younger than me, but I saw her before a couple of months ago when God told me to do the same thing, and this is what I was going to do. But he had brought me out of this like years ago. So I was like, God, why am I coming back into this when I don't really want any part of it? And he was letting me know, like, everything in this earth I created for my glory. It's when people take it out of context that it is going towards the kingdom of darkness. So, or throwing somebody away, meaning they're not going to their life purpose or their life destiny. So yeah, he brought me back and he said I was going to do it. So I was like, okay. And I didn't think nothing of it. So then yesterday, that same person came up, and she was talking about how she started this program and this and that and how she branched off. And I was like, oh my God. And how it expanded, and it went to different aspects of her life and how she was able to help other people. And I was like, God, I'm doing that now. I just don't have the business. I just don't have this, and God was like, was showing me, like, this is what I want you to do. Like, nothing that you do that I brought you through was on an accident, and I understand that, but you really, sometimes it's like hard to believe. You say you believe it, but then when you see it, sometimes we can not believe it because we just hear it and we don't really see it a lot. But it's something about God's promises. When you follow him and you stay in him and you follow his word, you will produce results. Doesn't mean that you're not going to have obstacles. I had so many obstacles. When I say so many obstacles, so many obstacles. And the young lady who was talking about her obstacles and how she overcame them had similar obstacles with me as I did, but some of mine were more intense. So anywho, so I was like, okay. And then it was another person that I had watched before, the same industry, just saying everything. So I'm like, okay. So I went and I've been working a lot of jobs, and then I volunteer. So my time is very intricate. I do have, my baby puppy. Well, she's not a puppy, she's 4 years old. But I have my dog, and that's like my kid. So I didn't even have that much time for her, and I was just like, I gotta do this. So my time is very intricate. I was just, relaxing. I got back up, say my prayers, give myself some time with God. And then I got something. Oh yeah, I started going in the direction that he told me to do. I started applying and stuff and doing these things. And God just had me to go back on Facebook. So this time I went to this lady. It was called Queen Esther Ministries, I think. And she had this thing, and it was like, it is so real. It is not a joke, it's so real. I'm gonna type it up right now. Queen Esther Ministries. Yeah, so when I saw it, I don't know why I clicked on it. Oh no. It was one from Shanika Byers. I'm telling you, this lady is really on point. When I say about her things, like not only with things that I hear that speak to me, but the things that are straddling in the atmosphere. Like God was showing me a lot of things like in the spirit, like what was next to come. Not all of it just pieces. We only have pieces, but the things that she says, it clicks, like it connects with me. So I know it's a piece of the puzzle. Like God would tell me something was a shift in the atmosphere, how even with the virus, things like that, like, and how he has been telling me to prepare. And those people who are not preparing right now, when things happen, it's going to be catastrophic and they're not going to be out of it. Doesn't mean that they're going to be, they're all going to be, in a horrible place. Some of them are going to be in stressful places, but God has positioned certain people to fill in the gaps for those people who are with him, so, but anyhow, most of her things are on point. So she had this thing talking about how money and how Christians view money and how things were going, because and that we needed money, and the money was going to go to the believers to help build businesses and kingdoms and things like that. So as I'm watching this was all what God was telling me. So I was like, okay, God, because I was getting a little afraid, and I am afraid of sometimes of ancients, of having a lot of money. People don't understand that. Like, I will turn down a job because of how someone is going to react to it, or how I'm going to have to shift, because you don't understand, especially if you lived in a place dealing with poverty or anything like that, and you don't have a poverty mindset. I don't have a poverty mindset. That's why, for the most part, I do not lack for nothing. I don't lack for anything, because I know it's never been in my mindset. I might be around a lot of things, but I know that my Father is rich in houses and in land. So if that is so, I can never be poor. I can never be in poverty. If my Father is rich, I am a inheritor, an automatic recipient of the wealth. Boom. Okay. And I'm not just talking about just physical wealth, because if you're just thinking about that, and all those people that be manifesting tomorrow, manifesting wealth and doing all that demonic stuff, that is so low nothing. Okay. When you are fully in God, you will get wealth, meaning that sometimes you don't even have to have money. It's the connection that you have. See, people don't understand that. It's the connections. God was telling me the connections. That's why I understand the importance of being careful with my relationships to people, because they can open a door to something and they can close the door. Thinking about Elijah and Elijah, the anointing, in order for Elijah to have Elijah's anointing, he had to connect to him. He had to be around him. He said, what did he want? He wouldn't have been able to ask him what he want if he wasn't closely behind him, being a studious student that he was, going behind him, learning everything about, what it took to gain something. And people don't understand that. Like, that was my whole situation. Like, and then people don't know about, Elisha. They think about Elijah, but Elijah came from, no one even knew about him in the land. He came from nobility. He came from a place of financial wealth, but he knew that it was something greater. Serving God was greater, and he wanted to be a disciple, and he saw something greater. So he attached and he linked himself to it. And because of that, he got a double portion. Now, so with that, God has shown me a couple of illustrations with that, with my life and with my anointing and with my calling and all of that. That's all I pray for, is that God uses me for his glory, that I understand my purpose and my place in this arena. I hope I spelled that. Yeah, Queen Esther Ministries. Okay, so then it was the lady from Queen Esther Ministries. Okay, I hope I spelled that right. So she's talking about it's real, it's not a joke. She goes down and she explains how this person is dealing with anxiousness, and how this person is dealing with someone who has mental illness, and how the abuse happened and things like that, and things it was explaining almost my entire life to the T, and what God was also told me, in secret, and how some of these things I can't open my mouth about. But if you look at that, what that woman said, I hope I typed that right. And what she said, even to the close, y'all, even to the close, I literally had to scream. I only got a couple of minutes before I have to go to my other job. So, I'm going to try to not make this long, because it is 12 minutes already. But even to the T, she talked about almost every single thing that I dealt with, I've been through. She even started talking about the pageantry, about the wave, how this woman was going to be waving, how it was like Beauty and the Beast. My name is Belle, like spelt like Beauty and the Beast. That's just how people say, oh, like Beauty and the Beast Belle. Yes, like Beauty and the Beast Belle. And I will tell you this has been, a lot of people have been prophesying and telling things about me, not only things about me that I don't even know from a can of paint. And I've had God has used me to do the same thing for others. So I knew when she was talking about everything, even on the beach, like I used to live right there on the beach, me being a flight attendant, y'all, and the privileges that I still have, it was on point. When I say on, just look at the thing, look at it. But I got on here to say is that this God, once again, has no respect of person. If you put your trust in him, if you follow him, if you put his word above his name, if you follow him and with your whole heart, because he want your heart, he want a relationship. We're not going to be able to do everything perfect. We are going to fail, because we are in the flesh. We are human, and we are not God. God is perfect. We are not, but through him we are made perfect. So if you go and you follow him, like, even if you don't even know him, people think, oh yeah, you got to read 20,000 scriptures, you got to pray 20,000 days. There was sometimes that I could pray all day, and there was sometimes I had to pray 2 seconds every couple of minutes. Focus on him. He gives the increase. He promotes and demotes. I promise y'all, don't listen to no law of attraction. Don't listen to none of that. And if you don't believe me, and you don't even believe God, ask God, if you're real, please show me, open the door so I can know you, so that you can show me what I am designed and what I am created to do here. So, yeah, but it was confirmation for me. It was confirmation, and it gave me a fire to keep going and to go hard, y'all. Like, go hard. Like, this woman, it was confirmation. I never told anyone some of the things that she was saying. So, and how God was speaking to me, and I'm so grateful for it, because God knows God can talk to you any kind of way. And I get sometimes afraid when he talks to me audibly. Like, God will talk to you that way. Like, if you that, and I'd be like, I'm not even worthy, but he was telling me I'm worthy, and he dealt with that. He's still dealing with me with that. And she also talked about that. Y'all look at Queen Esther Ministries, okay? And if you guys are facing this, I'm sure whoever comes across this in the near future, in the later future, I might be dead and gone. If you are looking at this, you are worthy. God still loves you. He still wants to use you, no matter what you went through, no matter what addiction, no matter what abuse, no matter if you've been raped. Look, I've been raped, molested, all that. I've been listen, Linda, listen. Don't worry about it. No matter what people say about you, they dog you, they humiliate you, they scandalize your name. Don't worry about it. God still loves you. And if you focus on him and you come to him with a humble heart and you surrender, he will open up doors to where your enemies will be your footstool now. That's a whole nother video for me. That I can attest to that. But just keep going. Don't stop. If you fall down, get back up. If you fall down, get back up. It is so real. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Hopefully, something I said or done will help you on your journey. Stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. And thank you so much. I know there's a lot of people who are on here, and you took the time to listen to me. So, for that, I am totally and humbly grateful. Thank you so much. Bye bye.